Hey everyone, thank you so much for being here today. My name is Denise. I'm also known as heywigsister on Instagram and Facebook. Today I'm here with a wig review for you. I'm here to show you TressAllure Avery in the color Deep Sepia. This review is going to be jam-packed with ideas for how you can take a basic cap wig like Avery that is very reasonably priced and have tons of styling flexibility. So if you're curious about how I'm going to turn this one into lots of different fun styles, then stick around. You're going to want to see this one. Alright everyone, so Wig Studio One did send me Avery so I would have a chance to show her to all of you. I am so grateful for the partnership that I have with Wig Studio One and the guest reviews that I have an opportunity to do on occasion, because it gives me the chance to try some different styles and show them to all of you. Styles that maybe I might not have otherwise had a chance to try. And it's so helpful when you see all of these different styles on different people. But more than that, I think it's helpful when a reviewer receives a style that isn't one that she would normally purchase. For example, I probably wouldn't have purchased this one. But as I'm looking at Avery, I'm trying to imagine how can I help my wig sisters understand the possibilities. So in this video, I do intend to spend a little bit of time talking with you about basic cap wigs, some of the challenges that you may face with them, but what are some of the benefits and perks, because there definitely are some. So before we talk too much about Avery, let me just tell you that Wig Studio One is an online retailer. They have a website, wigstudio1.com, where they carry all of the major name brands, and they also have a blog with some education. They have a Facebook group called Wig Studio One Wigs and Topper Support Group. They have great customer service. I could go on and on. They're listed as one of my trusted retailers on my website. So I definitely encourage you to check out Wig Studio One if you haven't already. And if you sign up for their newsletter, you'll be notified whenever they have a special sale. So really a great resource if you're looking for a retailer that provides a lot of variety in service and support. Alright guys, let's look at Avery from all sides before I tell you about this color. Now, before you write off this video and say, oh, it's a basic cap, I don't buy basic cap wigs, don't be so quick to judge, because there can be some really great styling options with basic cap wigs, and the price point is so good on them often that it does give you some some flexibility in ways that you might not be willing to take with a more expensive piece that has a lot more cap features. So I do intend to spend a fair amount of time in this video attempting some different styles with this one to show you what you can do with wigs that don't have a lace front or monofilament, where you can play up the Permatease and all of that. So definitely worth your time to stick around if you're interested in seeing some styling. So first, let's talk about this color. I will timestamp in the description on my channel where I go outside to show you the color as well as inside. So if you're just here to see this color, then check out the description and you'll find the timestamp for the outside portion, and you can just skip ahead to that after this. So let me tell you about this. Deep Sepia. The color code is 61028, and it's described, and I'll let you take a look at it as I'm talking about it. It's described as a dark brown blended with medium reddish brown and medium auburn. I can't promise you that color code is correct. I did do some research online and I was able to find it, so hopefully it does seem like it would be correct. You know, as I look at this color, I see that dark brown, which is a 6. You can see just a rich, chocolatey dark brown. And then you can see all of that auburn. Very, very pretty, dark. I would call this a dark auburn, reddish brunette. It definitely has red tones. It's very warm, very chocolatey, and definitely on the deep brunette side of the spectrum. Really, really a pretty color. All right, so let's talk about the style. And I apologize, I am getting over being sick, and so I don't feel like I'm quite myself, and my voice is definitely not quite there. I wasn't going to mention it, but I think it's probably coming across on video, so I'll just get the elephant out of the room, and I apologize in advance. But the show's got to go on, so let's talk about Avery. So when I did some research online, I discovered that Avery has a really great price point. You know, when you don't have all of those extra cap features like a lace front and a monofilament, the price does tend to be lower. And I was able to find Avery for anywhere from $90 to $150, depending on where I looked. And that is a decent range, but just think of the possibilities. If you can get yourself a piece that's reasonably priced, maybe you're already on a very tight wig budget, and so you can't really afford to spend $150 or $200 on a wig, you'll be able to find Avery for maybe right around $100 if you shop, if you kind of pay attention to sales and those kinds of things. What are some of the just benefits of Avery? Let me just sort of describe her to you and then talk about what I think some of the challenges are as well. So one of the great things about Avery, these hair fibers are really wonderful. So you're getting a lower price point, but you're not sacrificing on hair fiber quality. I think that they feel very realistic, and they are very substantial feeling. These fibers remind me a little bit of Noriko fibers. If you're familiar with Noriko, where the fibers are a little bit thicker, a little bit more heavy duty, I think that means this one's going to be quite a workhorse. Sometimes you can tell when you've been wearing wigs for a while what types of fibers seem like they're going to be able to withstand lots of wear, and this definitely feels like that to me. Avery does have, excuse me, quite a bit of Permatease. All up in here, she has tons and tons of Permatease. And so for my wig sisters who want volume, can you see that? Can you see the volume? She will give you volume galore. So if you're looking for hair that's going to give you fullness and volume, that you can amp up that volume by getting into that Permatease, you can maybe use some styling products. It's so much potential when you can get some good volume in a wig. But if you are someone who gets overwhelmed by hair and you really don't like Permatease, not only do I think Avery probably isn't the right wig for you, but I would say that basic cap wigs in general can be a bit of a challenge, because you do tend to find more Permatease on a basic cap wig because they need that Permatease to sort of disguise how the hair is sewn into the cap, because you don't have those lace features that give you the scalp appearance. And so that is one thing that I definitely want to mention. Something else I want to mention that can be a challenge with a basic cap wig is visible Permatease. It's not always the case that Permatease is visible on a basic cap, but I would say at least probably half the time you'll find one where there is some visible Permatease. And Avery does have some visible Permatease right there along the part line. The fact that she is a dark color helps that a ton. I have always told people that if you're looking at a basic cap wig, one of the things you can do to help make sure that the visible Permatease is kept to a minimum is get a rooted color, because when you've got a dark root, it really helps to disguise that Permatease. Lighter colors with no root, you really tend to be able to see that Permatease a little bit better. So this one has the dark color going for it that really helps. Something else that helps you disguise that Permatease, if you can see visible Permatease on a basic cap, is just getting in there and messing up the hair fibers right at that top. So you get in there and you kind of dig into that Permatease and you kind of do this. I'm kind of picking at it, I'm lifting it up, I'm playing with it, and then you can take and smooth down any hair that you've messed up once you've done that. But what that does is it picks the hair fibers up off that cap and also helps to disguise that Permatease. So really playing with the part line, messing up the part, playing with that hair, all will help disguise any visible Permatease that you might see on a basic cap style. Another great benefit is you can part Avery anywhere you want. So you can change the part because there is no predetermined part line that you get with a mono part wig. So you can change it, part left, part right, whatever it is to suit your own personal style. Avery is a piece where you're going to be able to cut full bangs into her really, really easily. And so you can see when I pull it forward how nice this front lays. So if you're looking for a piece, if you like to wear wigs with bangs and you're struggling to find pieces that have bangs already cut that you like, and you kind of like everything else about this style, know that you're going to be able to cut bangs into this one with no problem whatsoever. I find that this wig fits me really pretty snug. I think it fits me true to average, maybe slightly smaller than just true to average. So I get really good coverage with this. So these ear tabs come down in the front really, really well and disguise all of my hairline. But I don't get any extra space in this. I can't cinch it in at all. I have a 22-inch circumference and it's pretty snug on my head. So I would say if you are bigger than a 22-inch circumference, you're going to struggle a little bit with this one because it definitely runs a little snug. I don't have any extra cap up here at all, and I am pretty petite over the top of my head, so I do find often that I get extra cap in wigs, and I don't in this one. So I am saying this runs probably slightly smaller than true to average. So if you have an average large measurements anywhere, this one's going to be really snug on you, and I would caution you against this one. So let's talk about styling. I am going to actually pause this video and we're going to go head to my bathroom so I can show you all of the fun styles that a piece like this afford you. And again, it's so affordable that it might be worth having just for the styling. All right, everyone. So wigs like this can be so great for updos because you've got Permatease to give you some volume, which is kind of what you want when you're doing a messy updo, and you don't have to worry about damaging any lace front or any hand-tied features when you're putting clips in and doing all kinds of styling. So one of my favorite things to do with a basic cap wig is an updo like this. And really, all I've done is I've put it up in a claw clip and I've put a headband on. I actually have a Tip Tuesday where I show you how to do an updo. I have a lot of trouble with mobility issues with my shoulders, so I do actually have trouble doing these on video because it takes me a while. I just don't have the flexibility that I wish I did in my shoulders and wrists and all of that due to arthritis. But if you want to see more in-depth tutorial around how to do an updo like this, then I encourage you to go to my Tip Tuesday series and look for that video. But I will just tell you, I love using a razor comb to help you with some realism. So when you put a wig in an updo, you're going to want to pull a little bit of hair out to give it a more natural look and to disguise where the cap meets your head. And a little razor comb like this can be so great because if you're pulling some hair forward and it's too long, all you have to do is just take a little bit, take your razor comb, and you just kind of just go down with it, and you can shorten up some of those strands and give it a lot more of a realistic look. So one of my favorite things to do with a basic cap wig, and you get the bonus of hiding any visible Permatease because of the headband, which is super, super helpful. So you could do this same look but not have it in a clip and just have the hair down. Let me find my comb here. So you just put the headband on, and then you just arrange the hair sort of all around it, however you would like. But that gives you another really casual look, and again, hides any visible Permatease that you might have from a basic cap wig. So you can just use like a bandana like I use, or another great option are to find these kind of headbands, which I have linked in my Amazon store. I love these headbands. I have them in so many different versions, different colors I should say, but it looks like a bandana with none of that extra work. And so you put it on, you arrange the wig however you want it, and there you go. Isn't that just awesome? So I just want to encourage you guys, when you see a basic cap wig like Avery and your initial reaction could be, oh, I only wear monofilament, or I can't do that much Permatease. I want to encourage you that if you want to have flexibility with your wig wearing and you want to be able to do styling and updos and fun, you know, fancy styles, sometimes a basic cap wig with a lot of Permatease like this could be great to have in your closet, because it does give you some of that flexibility that a more expensive piece that has less volume, or just, you know, hair that you want to be really careful with. And so that's just my 2 cents about a basic cap like this. I really like Avery, and I think she has so much potential. So I encourage you to take a look at her. Again, I don't think she's terribly big head friendly, but other than that, I think she's really cute. So stick around for the out of the box. You can see what Avery looked like out of the box. She pretty much looked like this. I really didn't have to do much to her. And let's get outside so you can see this really beautiful deep sepia color outside. Thanks for watching, guys. All right, everyone, here you go. Deep sepia outside in natural light. You can see a great blending of dark chocolate and auburn. It's not stripy or heavily highlighted, just a great blending of it. The color would have led me to believe that this would have been maybe a lot redder than it actually is. The name of the color. But if you're looking for a dark, chocolatey, warm brunette that has some auburn in it, that's the color. All right, guys, hope that helped.